So we are looking at this question that I think it's coming out of ignorance that what do men bring to women these days, especially at the time when women are going to school, making their own money. What do men bring to the table? It sounds smart. It sounds cliche. It sounds like, yeah, any woman that asks that, all the women around applaud her. Whoa, 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 whoa. But seriously, seriously, I did a video condemning guys who ask the question, what do women bring to the table when they are talking about money? So I think that any man that asks a woman, what do you bring to the table? And what they are referring to is money, they are kind of dumb because no matter how much rich a woman is, what makes her happy is a man's money taking care of her. Those who argue with me are not rich to start with, and they have never tried being in a relationship and taking care of a man. So, to start with, once again, I will let any woman that is watching us, listening to us, understand that that question actually mostly come from the place of ignorance, total ignorance. You got what I'm saying? It comes from total ignorance of many women to ask or to think that apart from money, men don't bring anything, especially at the time when women are making their own money. That is quite funny and ignorant. So, on this live, I'm going to just discuss two things that men bring a whole lot, just like a lot of women bring a whole lot onto the table, apart from sex. Just that there are some women who also brings nothing apart from sex and their beauty. You understand? So if you're a woman and you choose a man, don't know anything to bring to the table apart from his money, that is your business. That is your problem. But to say that all men brings nothing apart from money is quite ignorant. And where do we get this talking point or rhetorics from? This rhetorics mostly always come from the camp of feminism or feminist. Feminism always, ever since, two of their most important talking point, uh, recruitment message failed, which are what men can do, women can do and do better, and that they are fighting for equality of the genders, the two genders, male and female. Two talking points failed. Feminism is always in the business of trying to let the world know that it is still relevant. And unfortunately, somebody said on Facebook, TikTok here, that feminism has lost its relevancy long, long, long time ago. Okay? So they are always in the business of trying to come up with cliches, popular sound bites for feminist women to use. You know, welcome. I find it quite difficult to see the people joining. So, welcome to whoever is joining, and please do tap on the screen for us. Okay? So, feminism is always in the business of looking for phrases, hot words, sound bites for its followers to use. to make themselves relevant. But it doesn't matter how many sound bites feminism will bring out, it will end up destroying themselves. Because of why? Feminism do not respect science. Number one. Feminism do not respect biology. Number two. Feminism do not respect logic and critical thinking. What did I say? Feminism will always bring new talking points, new words, and what have you, but they will always fail to maintain their relevancy because they ignore or disrespect science, they disrespect biology, they disrespect logic and critical thinking. And any movement, any person, any group of people, any organization that disrespect these three things, science itself, biology, which is a branch of science, and logic, and let me add reality to it. Any movement, any people, any human being who does not respect or does not take time to understand these three things in life will always disgrace themselves. And feminism, after they failed with what men can do, women can do, and do better, um, we are fighting for equality of the genders. Ever since, ever since feminism tried to do those things, it is always finding itself wanting because instead of sitting down and finding out all the things that they are saying, why they are failing with all the statements they bring out, no, feminism is not in the business of doing that. What feminism is interested about is always coming out with new talking points which does not hold water. And what does that to the movement and its followers is that it always keeps disgracing its followers. And the latest soundbite that feminism has produced for its followers is, what do men bring apart from money? I know, so I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I hope you're aware too. Okay? What do men bring apart from money? I did a video here about 3 weeks ago saying that any man that asks a woman, what do you bring to the table? And what the man is implying is, how much money is this woman bringing into the relationship? That man is ignorant. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay? So I explained in that video that if I meet a woman and I'm asking you, what do you bring to the table? I'm not talking about your money because I don't care about your money. Okay? I don't care about your money. What I care about is your character. What are you made of? Now, let's finish with it with a life, okay? When I am asking a woman, what do you bring to the table? I'm not talking about her money. I'm talking about what is her character made up of. That is what I mean. Okay? And for grown-up women to ask, and now it has become a talking point, and they are singing it all over YouTube, Facebook, and everywhere. What do men bring apart from money? So under normal circumstances, I'm supposed to forget about the money because these ignorant women think that they've said something that nobody has thought of in life, ever. But I'm going to use the same money to let them know before we go to other things that men do for women in a relationship. I'm going to start with money and let them know how ignorant they are. Any woman that is singing this song, what do men bring apart from money? Okay, is ignorant and is talking out of knowledge, outside of knowledge. Let me say so. Okay, because is very, very important to the woman in a relationship. Okay? Either for the rich woman or the poor woman. A man's money is an important factor to a woman, whether she has her own money or not. Because feminism do not care about science, do not care about biology, which is part of science, do not care about logic. Most of these women don't even know how, what they are made up of. They don't know what they are made up of. These ignorant women don't know the female nature. Her own nature, she doesn't know. And they don't know the dynamics of uh, money in a relationship. And because all that feminism was trying to do was to make women become men. So all their business is about how to let women become men. That is all they care about. So there's this old um, American video where a woman was talking to a guy. I think his name is Lawrence or something. And the woman goes like, "You are nothing. You are trash. In fact, all men are trash." The guy laughed and went like, "So I get it. But if men are trash, if you really hate men like that, why is everything you are doing is try to be like a man?" And that's the thing. So feminism is training women to, not all women, women who follow feminism, to become like men. And you know, when a woman become like men, what happened to them? They are lost. They are lost. Okay? Anytime one race or one gender try to become like the other, they have self-esteem issues. Okay? So first of all, let me let this ignorant woman know that money have a way it affects men and women differently. Okay? Men are the only group of animals or human beings that are okay enjoying our own money. And we are happier when we are using our money to take care of others, like women. When we are working to use our money on ourselves and use it on others, it actually reduces our stress level. But it is the opposite for women. When a woman is working and she's going to use the money to take care of a man and children, it stresses her. And I'm not saying this to include some single moms. It is not their own fault. They have to take care of their family by themselves. I salute them. And I know many of them. But to those few women who are ignorant and have bad character, and because of that, no man can live with them. And they think that by making their own money, they will be happier. I have a news for you, and it's quite a bad one. Women are the only group of people get sad, bored by spending their own money on themselves for a long time. Okay? And because they will not take time to learn biology, to learn evolutionary psychology, to learn logic and critical thinking, and to study themselves, they went with the idea that when they make their own money, it's going to make them so-called independent. My sister, once again, let me break your heart. There is no an independent human being, neither a man or a woman. Okay? So I'm starting with money. Just money. I want this ignorant woman to know that women are the only people that no matter how rich they are, especially when they are in a relationship with a man, spending their own money on themselves makes them less happier in life. Women are the only people that when they are in a relationship, it doesn't matter how rich they are, if they don't, their husbands or their men don't spend money on them, the women, they lose respect for these men. And I always encourage men to prepare, have money before you go into marriages. Because a woman eating from your money, one, make her happy, help her to be soft, help her to be submissive, help her to be respectful. Four things that a man's money do for women. Without a man's money, majority of women can be respectful, they can be soft. So in short, without a man's money, majority of women become men. And once again, the moment a man becomes a woman, she's fucked up. The moment a man decides to become a woman, he's lost himself. He's suffering from um, he's suffering from a higher level of low self-esteem. Okay? So in short, women are the only species, the only human beings who need a man's money than anybody else. Women. Especially when they are in a relationship. So listen to me carefully. I'm talking about when a woman is in a relationship. We are talking about, because the question is, what do men bring apart from money in a relationship? And that now that we are making our own money as women, what do men bring? Men bring a lot that your ignorance prevents you from seeing. And I'm starting with money. I'm starting with money. The same thing that some ignorant women think, apart from men bring nothing. I'm letting you know that men can decide not to bring money because you have your money. But it will make you less of yourself if a man does not have money in a relationship. It will make you, the woman, less of yourself. What do I mean by you being less of yourself? If you are in a relationship where your man cannot provide, it turns you into a man. And a woman that is a man is less of herself. It's a less quality woman when it comes to, as far as relationship is concerned. Because for a man to enjoy a woman, she has to be a woman and nothing more, nothing less. But without a man's money in a relationship, most those women become men. Without a man's money in relationship, most women cannot submit. Without a man's money in a relationship, most women cannot respect. So I always say that men, be a provider, 100% provider if you can. Okay? And any woman who is thinking out of ignorance that once she makes her own money, she can take care of a man is one, ignorant and has never done it before. And the few that have done it run away all the time. Okay? So, a man bringing his money into the relationship is not just for his happiness. It helps. It helps the woman to enjoy the relationship more than the man. Okay? So, a man bringing money into a relationship rather helps a woman than helping the man. Okay? Because when a man is in a relationship with you and he is not a provider, it makes you disrespectful. It makes you unsubmissive. And in total, it turns you into a man. And that's why there's a lot of divorce cases all over the world these days. All of these women want to have a man and enjoy them in a relationship. But because you followed a bad, evil ideology of feminism, you get your priorities always wrong. You were taught that once you make your money, you become so-called independent. How many rich and successful women don't we have who are crying in their late 30s and 40s of not having men to want them? They are uncountable all over the world. They are here on TikTok crying all the time, especially those in the Western countries. So please, if you're a woman who respects yourself, please, I'll ask you to distance yourself from this ignorant statement of what do men bring apart from money. Men bring a whole lot, just like majority of women also bring a whole lot apart from sex. That's why when reasonable men are ready to settle down and find a wife, they go beyond your ability to provide sex and beauty. So those are the things that men look at. So let me quickly finish with the importance of a man's money in a woman's life in a relationship and move to another point. Today I'll talk about only 2 things. So wrapping up on the importance of a man's money in a woman's life. One, a man's money help a woman to be respectful in a relationship. Two, a man's money help a woman to be submissive, which is a sister or a brother to respect. Without a man's money, a woman becomes a man. And a woman that is like a man is quite useless in a relationship. Let me say it as painful as it is. A woman that is a man is quite useless in a relationship for so many reasons. A woman that is a man, like a man, does not have receptives to receive love. That's why men who are in a relationship with another man in skirts, in female dresses, they suffer emotionally because a woman that has become a man is broken within. She doesn't know how to receive from people. She's so masculine and hard, and that causes her headache, causes her pain, causes her anxiety, causes her depression, causes her to be sad all the time. So always, when they are in a relationship with a man, they skews happiness from this man. So anytime a man is in a relationship with a woman that is not happy, which as a result of she being a man, masculine, they are always complaining of not being happy. And these ignorant men also try to do everything they can to make them happy. Bro, you can never make them happy. Especially if they are not happy because you are not in a position to provide for them. Run, stop. You can't make such a person happy. As a matter of fact, nobody can actually 100% make another person happy. You have to lay the foundation of happiness in order for you to be able to receive when somebody brings happiness. It's just like when you are building a story building and you don't have a good foundation. When you start putting one blocks of layer upon the other, they crumble. And that is a woman that is not happy in a relationship. That is a woman, or the story of a woman who is like a man in a relationship. So in short, when men are working hard to bring money, it's not because they want to bring money into a relationship so that they can control you. It's out of your ignorance. Men who want to control other women in a relationship are sick in the head. They have mental problems. They have health conditions. So I don't add them to the ordinary group of men, the normal group of men. So once again, if you see a man trying to work hard, or a man is in a relationship with you and he is worried, it's not intimidation. It is worry and concern that he is not able to provide for you. And his inability to provide for you is going to make you unhappy over a long period of time. It's going to make you disrespectful to him and yourself. And it's going to make you unsubmissive. And finally, it's going to make you cheat on him, which in the end will bring disgrace to yourself. So stop lying to yourself out of ignorance by thinking that men only look for money so that they can control women. No, you don't need to control a woman. You only need to prevent a woman from herself as a man. Any intelligent and smart man always cover their wives or their girlfriends by preventing them from themselves. So stop this ignorant talking point, this ignorant soundbite that often come from the camp of feminism, just to give you people to talk about, to cover your shame, to cover your anxiety, to cover your bitterness. A lot of the women who say some of these things are women who drank the Kool-Aid of feminism, thinking that, oh, once I make my own money and have my degrees, I'm going to be happy in life. And therefore, I don't need any good behavior because once I'm happy, I'm independent. Can be able to live alone. And then they make the money and they realize that they have a test for a high quality man, but they have a problem because they cannot live with this high quality man. Why? Because these quality men have standards. Let me tell you, a woman that accepts feminism without investigating it and knowing the price they have to pay for following feminism blindly, they are the most miserable human being under the sun. Because one, they believed that once, Nala baby, you're welcome. They believe that once they have the education and have money, they can be happy and single forever. And then, because they don't respect science and biology, they hit the wall at 30. And from that going, majority of them realize that no, I can't be that happy without a man. Nola, request and let me bring you on live. Okay? So Nola, I've sent you an invitation. Yes, level up. It says pride won't let them. Okay? But I still have sympathy for them and I still respect them, forgive them because they've okay, Nola, mute yourself for a while. I'll come to you to have your take on this.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Finally, TikTok has brought you here. So these women listen to feminist talking points and they think that after education and career they can be single and independent and alone for a long time. But the few women or the majority of women who respect science, who respect biology, realize that no, between men and women, women are group creatures. If we're using science, women are group animals, men are lone wolves. Men can be single and do their own thing for a long time and survive and be happy, as a matter of fact, than women can stand loneliness. Today, I am experimenting TikTok on um, the laptop. So next time, I'll show you a woman, a 60 plus year old woman, who has gone to the court to sign for her to take her own life. Why? Because she says the way men were chasing her when she was in her 30s, ever since she hit the wall from 40 going. Okay, predictor, then I'll look at it. Men are not chasing her. Men are not coming to her DMs like they used to do when she was younger. And that has made life miserable for her. So she's seeking the permission of the law to take her own life away. And this is why I forgive some of these feminists. Because most of the things they are saying, they have never practiced it before. The life they are claiming they want to live, they have never lived it before. So, Okay. So, Predictor, mute yourself for me. Very soon I'll come to you and Nola baby. Thank you. And I hope you guys can hear my voice. All right. So they don't investigate all the talking points that feminism tell them, and then they follow it just like they follow it with the sheep mentality theory, and then they go and hit the wall, pine. And when they hit the wall, they become so bitter and still trying to prove a point. Instead of humbling themselves, they still want to prove a point. And in their quest to prove a point, they wait for the next cliche, the next tagline, the next what do you call it? Sound bites to pounce on and record 15-second video of with on TikTok. And the latest one is, what do men bring apart from money? Men bring everything. But most importantly, without a man's money in a woman in a relationship, I'm not talking about single men, women to start with. I'm talking about even the so-called successful rich women, when they are in a relationship, number one thing that makes them most happier is a man that is able to provide for them. So the money that, because of ignorance, you think it's nothing, it's actually everything. It is what makes you submissive. It is what makes you respectful. It is what makes you live as a woman in a relationship. Most women in a relationship who are not getting money from their husbands or their men become become men automatically over time. And that is the importance of a man's money in a woman's life. So the next time you meet those videos or you meet people who are asking, what do men bring apart from money? Men bring a whole lot, just like women bring a whole lot apart from beauty and sex. Men bring a whole lot. But money, the man's money, helps a woman to be submissive, help her to feel loved, help her to feel like a woman. Without a man's money in a woman's life in a relationship, she becomes a man. And I repeat it every day. Anytime one gender become the opposite, there's a whole lot of problem. From low self-esteem to a whole lot of nonsense. So for you to even remain a woman in a relationship, you need a man's money. So the money is a whole lot. So don't use ignorance to disrespect a man's money in your life in a relationship. If you're a single woman, that is a different thing altogether. Because it's about time we let these ignorant women begin to learn. It's unfortunate some of them have double degrees, some of them have PhD, but it's the same all over the world. It doesn't matter whether a feminist has a PhD, is an emeritus professor. They have the same mindset because feminism is not based on science. It's not based on logic. It's not based on biology. And if you're a human being and you disrespect or ignore these three things, it doesn't matter the kind of education you have. You always go about disgracing yourself. And that is what feminists do to themselves. Now, enough of the importance of a man's money in a woman's life. The second thing that men do in a woman's life in a relationship is to make children stable. Men do their own part to make sure parenting become balanced. But majority of women majority of kids who are raised by only a mother, it doesn't matter what the mother will try to do or the sacrifice the mother will try to do. Most of these kids end up having problems when they grow up. The reason why we have this level of rate of divorce all over the world is because of single motherhood that has gone up since the 1960s. So a boy grows up to become a man, not knowing, not having any example of how a woman should be treated in a relationship. So they cannot live with a woman in a relationship. That's boys who grew up only by a mother. It doesn't matter, no matter what, the woman will try to kill herself for this son. Majority of them, when they grow up, they get problem with women. They either go the far extreme right or they go a far extreme left. They don't know how to keep balance with women. Some of these boys, who, when they become men and they're in a relationship, they get so soft and weak that they become unattractive to women. Because all he saw growing up was a human being that always flare up with their emotions when they are angry. That cries. Look, let me tell you, if you've been around single mothers, and due respect to single mothers who are single mothers because their husbands or their men decide to be irresponsible. They want this man in their life, but that they've done anything they can, this man wouldn't stay. And those who have lost their husband, they are not part of those that I'm talking about. But even that, they all end up getting the same problem. That's to point the importance of a man in a woman's life. These days, because this woman have to go to work, who turn them into men to make money, to come and take care of these kids. It is DSTV that is taking care of these kids these days, unfortunately. And video games. And most video game children, when they are angry, you see them shaking. They flare up in tantrums, destroying things. There's a program on YouTube called, I think the prison doctor, the prison doctor or something. Go and watch. All the kids, most of the kids, 90% of the kids that this prison doctor goes to their home to discipline them. You see a 14, 15-year-old boy destroying everything in the home because there's no a father figure. The first day you see the prison doctor in the house, you see a whole change in the life of that boy. For the first time, you hear the man's voice, and it's only an ignorant feminist who downplays the presence of a man in their life, thinking that they've worked and they have money. Let me say this painful quote. A woman's success closes door for her to her in the dating and relationship markets. A man's success opens doors for him in the dating and relationship market. Why? Because of feminism. I know successful career women who are enjoying their dream relationship in their life. And they are enjoying their dream relationship because they ignore feminism and decide to remain women and respect science, biology, and logic. Okay? These women who have been taking care of children by all by themselves, I pity them. I sympathize with them. But I'm making a point of the importance of a father in a child's life. Let me see if I can play this video here. Let me see if I can play this video here. The American government has released a video on the fatherless pandemic in America. How the children who grew up without fathers are affecting the country called America. Okay? So if you are ignorant and you don't know, keep quiet, learn. And those respectable women don't follow this feminist. They will disgrace you. Let's watch this video. I'm playing it on a phone, and I'm going to show it onto the TikTok camera. So manage it for me. I'm for the first time streaming from TikTok from the laptop. That is insane. By the way, these stats are from 2021 of the impact a father makes in a child upbringing, both a girl and a boy. Like I said, disturbing, but you will be shell shocked with the stats. If you get value from the video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you can hear the video, the voice. The U.S. has the highest rate of children parent household of any nation in the world. About 80% of single parent homes are led by single mothers at a rate of 23% of children living with one parent and no other adult. The United States stands over 3 times the world average of 7% of children raised by one parent. For reference, the number stands at 3% in China, 4% in India. This is not an area we want to be competing with other countries, by the way. If there is a statistic to not be competing in, this is one of the statistics. China's at 3, India's at 4, the world's at 7. We're at 23% in America, zero bragging rights. This is the stat everybody wants to hide. And we ain't going to see for 2 decades or 3 decades or longer. Takes a while to see the side effects. Let me continue. Even for children with a father present in the home, the average school-age boy only spends about 30 minutes per week with one-on-one conversations with his father. For comparison, the same boy, on average, will spend about 44 hours a week watching television, playing video games, and surfing the internet. In our house, there is no video games throughout the week. It's on the weekends after you read 150 pages throughout the week. Then you have the right to play video games for an hour or two on the weekend. And that's what you have to earn. You have to move your body, you have to exercise. There's certain things you need to do to get to that point. That's our household, but the stat tells you 44 hours a week of watching TV, playing video games, and surfing the internet. Let me continue. 90% of all homeless and runaway children, 60% of teen suicide, 85%. Let me echo this. 90% of all homeless and runaway children are from homes without fathers. Let me shout this for the ignorant feminist women out there. 90% of all runaway children and homeless children in America come from fatherless homes. Yes, we'll find another day to talk about fathers who don't take interest in their children's life. But most feminists prevent their children's fathers to be in their life because they always want to live a life that they can call independent. But you are collecting money, alimony, you are collecting child support from a man to live an independent life. How dumb can that be? 90% of all runaway children and homeless children in America come from a home without a father. Feminism was not started by black women. It was started by white women. Abrofo and the feminism by. But when you go to America, 8 out of 10 white women qualify to become wives, as against 2 out of 10 black American women qualify to become wives. White women who brought feminism go to university to get their husbands. Black women go to university only to learn how not to depend on a man, to be independent. That is the dumbest ever that you can ever get in the world. You go to university 4 years only to learn how not to need a man. I mean, do you need even JHS certificate to know how not to need a man? This time around, we are not going to sugarcoat anything. We are going to say it as it is. And they are the best in choosing wrong men for their children. They are number one in choosing the wrong men to father their children. Because they can't stay with a man with standards. So, or they always look for men who have no standard, everything go kind of man. Let's continue with the statistics.
Come from fatherless homes. Let me read that statute one more time. 90% of all homeless and runaway children, 63% of all teen suicide, 85% of children and teen with behavioral disorder come from fatherless homes. That is a very, very big number. Next, fatherlessness likewise has a direct link to teen pregnancy and sexual activity. Roughly 70% of teenage pregnancies come from women raised in a fatherless home. 70% of teenage pregnancies comes from fatherless homes. 70%. That's a big number. And these same women have...
Okay. So we would have thought that even when women are training women, because they are of the same gender, life will be easier for the girls. But the statistics is saying that 70% of all teenage pregnancy children in America come from fatherless homes. Sit on TikTok and record 15 minutes, seconds. What do men bring apart from money? Huh? And you are going to be shocked more to know and find out that children who are raised by two parents have higher percentage of not entering prison. And children who are raised only by fathers have the same percentage of not going to prison. Let's continue.
Significantly higher abortion rates than women raised by both a father and a mother. On the whole, fatherless kids are 20 times more likely to be incarcerated and 11 times more likely to exhibit violent behavior than children from two-parent household. 20 times more, okay? 20 times more. If a man and a wife raise a child, they're less likely to end up in jail, but they have the same chances as children raised by just their father. You may already be blown away by the stats before, so maybe come back and let me read this to you and brace for impact if you missed it. Let me read it one more time. Listen. Just stay with me. Don't get distracted. Stay with me. Listen. If a man and a wife raise a child, they're less likely to end up in jail, but they have the same chance as children raised by just their fathers.
Boom.
Husband and wife raise their kid.
Boom. That's all that I wanted you to know. If a man and a wife raise a child, they have a higher rate chance of not going to prison. But if a child is raised by only a father, that child has the same rate of percentage of not going to prison. In other words, a father, when a father alone raises a child, he has greater chances. The child can be impacted, just like that child was raised by both a father and a mother. Okay? Yes. I'm talking about a responsible father. Because when it comes to males, the irresponsible one don't even try to even raise children at all. Okay? And I have said that almost 60% of men don't qualify to be husbands and fathers. But that is how important it is for a man in a woman's life for you to sit on your ignorant ass to ask, what do men bring in a relationship apart from money? Because now women are making money. And let's even go there. How much money are women making? How much money? Because women, when you push feminists to the corner, they jump to the pay gap. The pay gap. Men are receiving higher salary than women because no, men are receiving higher salary and continue to receive higher salary not because women are women, not because of your gender. The works that pay higher, majority of women don't go there. The courses that pays higher, majority of women don't do it. Everything that is so difficult and like everything that make more money, every course that make money, whenever women are going into it, there has to be a campaign, women in IT. And recently, tomorrow I'll do a video. This video I have to do part 2. I'll do a video to show you a female IT CEO who is vowing at a program in front of everyone that she has done employing female IT workers. And her reason is that they are lazy. Women have their strength, men have their strength. And until feminists get this into their head and stop thinking of equality, there will be no equality anywhere today. There will be no equality tomorrow. There will be no equality any day. And the world, nature doesn't need that. All that we need is balance, period. So I says, I've told her to continue trying. She will make sense one day. Bro, apart from bringing money, anything that is provided or generated comes through money. That's true. That's true. So today, many girls, when you go into a relationship with them and they are divorcing, all that they say, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Why are they not happy? Because they grew up without a man in their life. So they don't know what it means, how it feels to be with a man. Many boys don't know how to treat a woman because they lived alone with a woman. And with all due respect to women who, by some unfortunate situation, have to become single mothers, but there are majority of them who are just denying the children's fathers in their life. Let me, if you want to come on, request and let me bring you on. Predictor, unmute yourself and let's talk. Sweet Benny, good afternoon. Predictor, if you are there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. What do you have for me so far?
Yeah, I decided to just join you because these topics you are discussing is a matter of interest to me, and it's been like it's just sparkling like a fire within some shortest possible time where you hear women talking in one direction. I know at first they used to advocate and speak about things like this stuff, but it seems of late it's getting too rapid that at a point you hear a lot of doctrine going online and women is trying their best to make sure men will even begin to behave like them, think like them, do things like them, and I see it to be more dangerous. And what I want to say about this is that, naturally women are women and men are men.
Exactly.
And that is how God made it. So if one gender is trying to make things look like you guys or you people needs to at least be like us, it means we are trying to be in one gender on this earth, and that is really going to cost a lot of mess. Because we know that normally men happen sensitive to women negative characters, and women also happens to be negative to men positive characters. So when you don't have this positive negative where it can generate maybe power, but you do have only negative negative or positive positive, then it's a very serious concern. And I am so happy that you are bringing up all these topics, because we're trying to educate ourselves on certain things which we have not practiced, and we don't really know the effect of it. Some of them we know the effect, but we don't still believe that these practices is bringing this kind of effect. And that is very, very, very dangerous. Like what you are saying, teenage pregnancy statistics you were giving just right now. Yes, it is. But when you raise this question now, those who still believe that single mothers are doing more, I still believing single mothers are doing more without linking up the single mothers to the rapid situation of teenage pregnancy issue. So it's like we only just want to concentrate and focus on our agenda, our target, or whatever agenda we have, and we want to propagate. We're looking at its implications and what it is having on society, and that is quite scary. And it makes it more scary because the kind of people that they're propagating this agenda are people that they hold almost 70% or 80, may I say 60% of world responsibilities, and that is women, and a lot of things lie on them, and we see them most in many things. And you and me believe that this, that whenever they comes into things, in as much as we see or we know them, they normally brings a lot of positive things into the life of human, and they contribute much in terms of growing, in terms of bringing up children and then kids from home. So now the question here is, are we going to have this kind of education and this kind of advocacy that goes around to be impacted in all cases that they are coming? If that happens to be the case, then it means that the world is sitting on a timing bomb, because very, very, very soon we will get to a stage whereby things will not sound normal again, and everything will look like abnormal.
About 2 weeks ago, fatherless home children went on rampage in this state in the US. What's it called? Chicago. And police could not even stop them. Teenagers going on rampage. And all of them had no fathers in their life.
Yeah. And I know, because let me tell you something.
And our women, some of them think, those following feminism think that the fact that she's educated and has a job and go to work and bring money home, she's done something. You've done nothing. You are raising monsters. You are raising women that cannot marry men. You are raising men who cannot marry women. And I'm telling you.
Let me say something here.
Go ahead.
My mom used to do everything for me. My dad left a lot of responsibilities to my mom to handle things in the house, in terms of the kids, our education, and a lot of stuff. So my mom was very powerful in my family. But trust me, there was not a single moment where I was afraid that my mom is around, so I shouldn't do something bad or whatever. But whenever I hear my dad name that, hey, I will tell your dad you did this, the whole story ends from that point. Meanwhile, he was one of the calm people in the family. My mom was very loud, he was very aggressive, all kind of stuff. My dad was very quiet and calm. But the moment you hear his name that he's around, everyone perishes. Whatever thing that you do, you run away and you find your way out because daddy is in the house. But when mom is in the house, though we know she's loud, though we know she does everything for us, yet we find a way of playing around things. So women should really know, and they should really understand this from today, that the role of men and women, most of them were something natural. God made it.
Exactly.
And the moment you begin to teach nature, or you try to be smart to nature, you end up locking up yourself, because there's nothing we can do about this. There is no any point in time where you find people on this earth that they will say we are that, we are that. I know people are beginning to say that, but I excuse me,
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
want
no.
to go
But
there. But we will only have two
it's
people on this earth,
backfiring.
either man or a woman,
No,
either man or a woman, and men have their characteristics and their futures. Women, let me tell you, I'm very slim and I'm a bit tall. My elder sister is quite big, fat or something like that.
Victor.
But there was no any instances she trying to fight with me at house or in the house when we were young, because she knows that I will beat her mercilessly.
Anyway, our
No matter
sister,
how small I am and
uh,
slim, she knows I have that muscles, I have that strength, and she cannot face it. These are natural things that God gave to men, and there's no way you can change it. We are more aggressive, we are more physical, we are less, we don't. That's it.
and women also
So
have their good side. Their
Sure,
emotions
very
sure.
and
good.
tenderness help them to be able to take care of kids, babies who are so annoying
Kids,
than men can do. And then
yeah.
when it is time for
Yesterday I was my brother. Yesterday I was listening to one lady talking on TikTok, and then she said, "Oh, men should learn how to," and I don't want to say what she said next, but I'll keep asking myself, men should learn. Men should learn. How many things are men learning now? It's better women buy forms and they put us into universities. They implement a lot
Exactly.
of courses, because now women always comes out with men should learn, men should learn, men should. There are some things, whatever way you are going to
they
advocate for,
want
men
you
will
to
never
learn to
learn.
become like them.
Naturally, that is how we
Can I
are.
can I contribute a little,
Charlie,
please?
let our brother come
Okay,
in.
you can, my brother.
Sir O'Donnell, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Just to add up to the point he just made, that women are telling us to learn a lot. I think that one thing that is helping them achieve what they are achieving now is because they are vocal. In this world, if you want to get something or if you want to gain attention, be vocal about what you are fighting for. We men have kept quiet, and especially if you would observe, ever since that revolution came about, as in women education and women empowerment in Ghana, men have been made to go through a lot of transformation just to please women.
Exactly.
But they don't see it as such. For instance, educate women the more, and everybody started educating, even affirmative action. We started giving them advantages just to make sure that they get to a particular level. Now they rose the bar, and men don't help us in the house. They leave all the responsibilities on us. Now men started helping, even in the kitchen, helping with taking care of the kids. But immediately a man raises a point that women are also supposed to do this. Hey, you talk too much. You are a man up. You have to accept a lot of responsibilities.
Because the whole feminism thing is about equality of outcome. Equality of outcome is
Yes.
where you get a certain benefit without working for it. My
Yes.
job is
So
to
my
provide.
point
Your
is,
job is to nurture, and you want me to come and take the
yes.
nurturing for you.
You see, yes.
They will be
They will
single
tell
and
you
die with their dogs
support
all the time.
the women, support the women. But when it comes to them supporting them, and they say no, it is their responsibility. But we supporting you is also your responsibility as well. I always say this. I have never heard anywhere, I'm to be corrected though, that at marriage ceremonies where women are being told that when your husband lacks financially, step in and support. But always the men are advised, when your wife needs you, be there, help her, that. So just as our brother was saying, the women should tell us, please, we are giving them the last chance. They should come and tell us exactly what they want for the last time. Because it's like always, men, this, before they were telling us, if you're a man, make money. I love you, it's not enough. I care for you, it's not enough, make money. And now, men are focusing on making money, and you come and tell us money is not everything. Come on. What do you
No,
want men to do again?
no man should even sit there for a woman to tell him to make money, because
Of course,
money is your blood, your is your blood vessels, is your veins and everything. But
yes,
money in a relationship help a woman to be woman, because a
of
relationship
course,
without money makes the woman a man. So your money will make that woman a woman, will make her soft, make her respectful and submissive,
yes,
and for
yes,
her to enjoy
exactly.
the relationship. So, bro,
Exactly.
give
But
me your final words and let's wrap up.
yes, my final words is that men should keep doing what they are doing. They should keep doing the good they are doing. If we allow ourselves and give women the full chance, we will keep on being manipulative. They will keep on manipulating us because they have seen that the world supports women now. Everything women come up with, the world is for it. And it's like we men have been cowed into being quiet. But I like how it's going now on social media. A lot of platforms are being created for men to be expressive.
Exactly.
Just like what you are doing now.
Yeah.
And we should
This one will
encourage
be
it.
posted on YouTube right after the show.
Very good. We should encourage men to come up more and speak. That bear thing is in the past.
No. But I Saudon, this is it. Bearman Suampa. Bearma, you control your emotions. If you want
I'm
to,
not saying
even if you
I'm not.
want to cry, don't cry in front of a woman.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
You understand?
if I had finished my point, you would have understood me better. What I'm trying to say is,
Oh, you mean
if
we
we
have
say
to be
bare
vocal?
yes, that is what
Exactly.
I'm trying to
Exactly.
mean.
We need to form
Being
tribes.
vocal.
We need to form tribes.
Yes,
Share notes.
because the women are there for themselves. If a woman is down, her fellow women will come up and console her.
men
But
will even go. When a woman is
yes,
down, women will go for her, and men
yes,
go first, and the women follow.
yes.
When a
But
man
we
is
the men
down,
will
you
tell
are down alone.
we tell our fellow men, be man enough, be man enough. But hey, you are also a man.
Listen, that one there, don't run away from it. That is your job. That's your part in life. The part of a man is hard. It's not soft.
I know. What I'm trying to say is, instead of our fellow men always saying be man enough, they should also try and be there for us as men. We should be there for ourselves
Don't expect
as
it.
men.
Bro, let me tell you, when you're going to Libya and you get somebody to tell you that in the middle of the road, you urinate and drink, thank your God. Don't expect anything from a woman. If she does it,
No,
hallelujah.
not the woman. I'm saying the man. We the
Yes,
men.
we have to form the tribe like we are doing.
Yes, no. As for the women, no. I'm not talking about the women. I'm talking about we the men. No. The women don't. You shouldn't expect anything from them. As for that one, but we the men, just like you are doing, you are creating a platform for men to come up and. So when they get such platforms, they should utilize it. They should patronize it to make sure that they also have their side of the story heard. That's exactly what I think.
No problem. Bro, thank you very much for passing through. I think we've done quite a time, so we'll be ending it here. And thank very
even God does not understand that how much you even you men.
okay. And it will be uploaded on YouTube at Blacknificent Media. So anytime you want to go refer to it for some point or whatever, you can go there and listen to it. So, Sweet Benny, thank you. You couldn't join the discussion. That's your life. You don't like joining discussions. Nana, I do 48. Thank you for joining. Soa, thank you for joining. Let me go up and give shout out to the rest of you. Nola baby, you couldn't stay. If you are here, let me see if Nola is here. Patricia, Papa B, okay. Let me bring Patricia and so this is where I'm bringing a close to today's session on what men bring apart from money. And summarizing it, we got to know that the man's money, women are the only people that no matter how much they make, without a man's money, they don't enjoy their relationship. They don't feel fulfilled. Um, they can't become women. They become masculine without a man's money in their life in a relationship. And they can't be respectful. They can't be submissive. So a man's money is actually their whole life in the relationship to start with. Yes, I know there are so many things that men need to provide for men, a woman in a relationship. We just mentioned two. I've justified the importance of a man's money in a woman's life in a relationship. And I've also added what happens to children when there's no man in their life, both men and women. My name is Kwabna Bibini Barry. Mike can call me DJ Fuad. This has been the Men's Voice podcast, live only on TikTok. It will be uploaded on YouTube